Alright, what questions we got?
Restart the whole thing.
Yeah, restart the whole thing.
What is the one piece of conventional advice that you disagree with most strongly?
Conventional advice, I do not like the go to school route. However, if you're going to be a doctor, lawyer, CPA, like if you have to have a degree because for CPA, for example, because that's what I was studying, you have to have 155 credits and like you have to go to school for that. If that's what you really want to do, if you're passionate about fucking accounting,
I agree with that.
go for it. I feel like people can get more passionate behind. Some people maybe are passionate about accounting, or passionate about like protecting the law, so they want to be a lawyer. I think one that I would even consider getting behind is like doctors. 12 years is a long time, 8 to 12 or whatever that is, for doctors. But if you're passionate about helping people, saving lives, all that stuff, 100%, you have to go to college. Like you can learn. I 100% believe you could be self-taught and learn it.
Like, some of the most successful people don't go to college. So
Every Ralph Lauren, Oprah, you can name so many. If we pull up a list, it'd be, and then if you look at the net worth of people that didn't go to college versus did, it's not even close. People that didn't go to college trump them. Even if you take out all the people that didn't go out and don't do anything, just take the billionaires versus everybody that did go to college. It's not even close.
It's almost like you're getting ahead.
It's not even close. Yeah, no, not even
staying in
So,
college, yeah.
from an example standpoint, my buddy Carl, who I went to high school with, didn't go to college right after. I'm not saying I measure success by having like multiple cars or whatever, but if I definitely think something college made me realize is that if I would have not have gone to college, I think I'd be a lot further ahead in life than where I am now. And not that I'm regretful.
School is now.
It was the time
there,
thing.
So,
it was the time thing.
It's all about time.
So happy I left. I left April 14th, 2017. And
oh, you remember the day? That's
yeah.
Cool.
So that was the day I was done. I was going to Florida, and I'm on the way to Florida, and I'm like doing homework. The only time I've driven to Florida, I went to Florida for my first time last year. Obviously, went 3 times last year. Bama, Atlanta, Georgia, all that stuff. But we're driving to Florida, and I ended up flying home because I couldn't deal with the drive. You driven to Florida? It's rough.
It's a fun drive.
It's a long fucking drive.
There's nothing.
The time. No, I slept.
Ohio is the worst.
Yeah.
Georgia's bad.
I slept the entire. I was lucky enough to sleep, and I won't talk about that. We'll talk about that off air when another part of it or whatever. But we're driving there, and I'm doing homework in the back seat. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I hate this. These college professors that are making 30, 40, 60,000 a year are going to teach me how to make $3 million a year. What am I doing? So I was like,
yeah, all the time.
I think it's a scam. I think it's a scam unless, if you go to college and you don't learn anything or you fail, do you get your money back?
No, exactly.
Can't default on the loan, so you're paying the loan off no matter what till you die. No matter what, like you can't default. You're better off I'm not saying get a credit card and go pay for college with a credit card because you can default on it, but.
Yeah, I mean it's just
it's
once you think about it, not a lot of people think about it that way, but once you start to realize that, or you decide that you don't want to go,
it's so freeing too. So
but then you realize afterwards, oh wait, it was too late. Now I have to pay this stuff back, and there's no way to go back from that.
Paying it back is the fun part.
Because my parents, they were all like, James, you need to go because you took a year and a half off, and I'm like, fine, I'll go, and I'm like, now I'm thinking back, that was probably the worst thing I could have done. Knowing what I know now, it's a live and learn thing. So I think
it's the biggest learning.
Move on to the next question.
For sure, send it up.
So, what is your biggest mistake?
Biggest mistake, like we said.
We just said, yeah.
Yeah, thinking too short term at one point when Summit started, we were doing really well, making good money. I had salespeople bringing me $5,000 checks that I was paying $200 commission on, and $1,000, let's say, in fixed costs for that client. And it was you make $4,000 in a day, and you're 21, and you think you're hot shit for
So it's thinking you're
too short term, a lot of ego,
a
lot of short term, not having enough patience. And then, so with all this, the situation that happened was the people that I had doing sales for me may not have been the most ethical people, but I knew they could sell versus an actual, not from a scam sense. Their own personal doings, that's a completely whole other conversation. I would not vouch for them on that side because I know they've made unethical choices in the future after I taught them the opportunity with someone, how to present that and stuff. Unfortunately, that's what they've done. Those are their choices or whatever. But thinking too short term in the short term of how can we create cash flowing out of it versus creating a brand now, obviously, with what we're doing now,
Exactly.
yeah, it's doing a lot better. Just thinking about how to provide a service for them long term.
Do you think it's easy to fall into that like lifestyle, that
Oh, yeah.
big ego? Like,
dude, it was. You go from
you
for
and I
whoever
both
doesn't know my growing up story.
You and I both have pretty good egos. Like we'll tell people that.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people don't know is that we stay humble as well.
I try to.
I mean,
do my best.
In my mind, like that's how it is. Like I can have a big ego. I
to.
know where I came from. Like you know my story, but
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people do because I'm like open about it.
Mm-hmm.
But so, what helped you get over like that situation?
A little bit of meditation.
Is that key? Like just.
I like it. I like it from a. It's not like it almost centers you, keeps you with social media and business and life. Everything's so busy nowadays.
Keeps you level.
Takes that, take that 15 minutes, like 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. Took that from Ray Dalio or whatever.
Another tip: first hour of the day, make it productive because then the rest of the day is going to be productive.
Yeah. Don't even go on your phone for the first hour of the day. Literally.
What do you do to gain self-awareness when everyone is out to flatter you?
Meditation. I try and focus as much as I can on a consistent, almost like hourly basis, just as it comes up, to be like what like so the sales call this morning, right?
Yeah.
What was the first thing we did after I hung up with that guy? Was I like, oh fuck this guy? Like I sat there for like maybe 10 seconds tops. This guy just hung up on me. What the fuck just happened?
You accepted it.
Immediately after, what did we talk about for the next 5 minutes? How do we improve on that? What did you notice?
Exactly.
Like, so I had a sales call this morning. Called this guy that was supposed to be a warm lead referral. Ended up going in completely blind cold call, which was not what I was expecting. And the guy hangs up on me out of nowhere. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy's deal? For the first 3 to 7 seconds, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, fuck this guy, blah, blah, blah. Which is normal. Ego, I'm human. Like, I'm not claiming to be holier than thou. Immediately after, for the next 5 minutes, James and I sat here and we're looking at how can I improve on this call? What did I do? What did you hear? Like he was in the room when I made the call. What did you hear that I can improve on next time in this call? And he said I was too hard of a sell immediately, which some of it was because
you need to be more, like you said, you're human, but you need to be more human when you're going into a call that you never talked to this person before. So you need to be relatable. You need to be relatable. 100%. You need to be relaxed, cool, like. Okay, what do you actually do? I want to get to know what you do and see if we can't work together.
Yeah.
Like, that's a way to network, and that's a way to build a stronger relationship.
Tom Strick would say, "Love you, baby." My fucking boy. That's my man.
Do you like the flattery? Like when you go out in public?
Nice, yeah.
It's always nice. It boosts your ego a little bit. Yeah. You know, it makes you confident and everything, so it doesn't hurt.
Don't need it. It's cute.
You don't need it, but it's always
depends
nice.
who's flattering me. If they like me, they'll say hi and everything. If they don't like me, they won't give me eye contact. It's cute. It's kind of funny.
When are you the closest to a state of flow?
When I get
you work every day.
When I get 3+ calls, dude, workouts help. I would say when I'm 3 to 5 calls deep into in that range, after I make my first couple calls for the day, and I'm just rolling, words start coming out, or when I'm on a call and it gets into the 20 to 40 minute range, when I'm like, these are your needs, this is your objection, blah blah blah, boom boom boom.
So consistency is key, right? You think?
Oh, consistency is key, but what do you mean? What is that?
What is the relation? In flow, so you're.
Oh yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and then I get in the roll of everything. Yeah. I'm hyped up. My energy's good. All that stuff.
And then how do you get yourself into that? Is it all a mindset thing, or is it is it out how you go? As it goes, do you just get into it? Do you even realize that you're? I'll
do something I'll take the deep breaths to get oxygen in my body. I'll do the power stance on the desk for 30 seconds to boost adrenaline. There's all these subconscious things you can do to biohack your body and stuff into getting in a better state. I don't really do anything to set up. Maybe if this call goes well, I'll just start screaming "Oh, let's go!"
I feel like a lot of people don't realize that you can do that.
Oh, there's so much biohacking, dude.
Put your body in a state of.
Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is who you want to look up for biohacking. First of all, just because he knows a lot about it from the psyche standpoint, and I'm sure there's plenty of other people that do too.
I feel like people don't want to try that. And
Everybody's lazy, man. I'm lazy too.
Laziness.
I kick ass,
Yeah.
so everybody's lazy.
Apparently he kicks ass, so
I do.
So how
I
do you?
think I'm doing okay for 22. I could be doing better, so that's what the podcast is for.
So you remember that. Always have a positive mindset.
Everything's an opportunity. It's not a challenge. Like, I was thinking about this last night before I went to bed. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, just like quiet self-reflection, and I'm like, not to the point where like almost brought me to tears, like actual tears, but like to the point where I almost felt like it should have. There's so many things to be fucking grateful for, dude. So one, the chances of you being born a human is like 1 in a trillion that you're born a human versus being a desk, a tree, like, because it's all energy, right? We're made up of, like, if you get a metaphysical level, we're all made up of atoms or whatever. It's just however, I'm not a fucking scientist. However it's structured, that's the energy. That's why we're all vibrations and all that, like, stuff comes from. But I could have been, 1, I could not even be human. 2, I could be born human with disability, I could be in an accident. I could have died already. Like, there's so many
you
fucking
could have been
things.
not born.
Yeah.
Think about that. So yeah.
Like, I almost, and then I look at all these people. Like, there's people born without limbs. Like, all this stuff,
It's
and
like,
they're doing insane things. Like, they're actually changing the world. And it's like, I have no fucking excuse.
well,
What's so difficult in my life?
If they're not making an excuse, why should you? Because you have way more.
Yeah, I have a full functioning body.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm healthy. I have like wealth that I've accumulated and created that I can do. I have opportunities to do things with.
It's getting there.
Yeah, it's
you
getting
have
there.
wealth, but not.
Like, what do I have to complain for?
Right,
It's
that's
all
the
gratitude,
point.
man.
Yeah.
It's all gratitude.
Did I ask you the last question?
What was the last question?
How do you define success?
Fulfillment. One word, fulfillment. Thankful again, Thomas Cook, for my mentor, Thomas Cook, that I just got. Literally, I was on the phone with him for 2 minutes, and he did more for me in that 2 minutes than some.
Like you said, you kicked your ass, man.
He kicked my ass, and I needed it.
And then what?
But fulfillment. So I'm on the phone with Thomas Cook, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I asked him one question. I was like, what? Like, when did you find your why? And he tells me the story. I want to say he was in Mexico, and he was like, he had like tequila or whatever. He was sitting there. And so he started off as a singer, and now he has a company listed on the NASDAQ. He sang for presidents, kings, queens, princes, any celebrity you can think of. He lived across from Jerry Seinfeld. He, like, knows Jerry well.
Jeez.
He lived with a Playboy bunny, like, all this stuff. Like, this guy's the GOAT, dude. I swear to God. I'm so thankful. Like, and Thomas, if you listen to this, just wow. And I know you'll understand it. Wow.
As long as you're tagging it,
Yeah. But,
you'll definitely see it.
like, so I asked him, I'm like, when did you know, like, how'd you find your why? So he's like, I've traveled up the world, and now he's got a company listed on the NASDAQ. He's literally curing cancer, and it's insane the stuff he's doing. Like, I think this is cool, and people are like, oh, like, you inspire me and stuff. Like, that's what gets me out. So I asked him, like, when did you know, like, what your why was and stuff? And he's like, he was a singer, and he's like, I didn't want to just go to Las Vegas and get a bunch of Botox and become, like, a casino singer. Like, I wanted to do more. So he's like, what would you do if you could do anything? And I was like, inspire people. Like, what gets me going, what gets me off is when kids DM me and they'll be like, yo,
that's why we do this, right?
Yeah, I'll post the thing about the Jordans for $200 and they'll be like, I'm complaining about I'm broke, but I have a $200 pair of Jordans or Yeezys or whatever, and they'll be like, totally losing my train of thought. I'm broke, but I got this $500 pair of shoes for the same price. Let's say $200. Same price, you can buy the $100 website for the year, $50 marketing budget, $50 LLC. You're in business. Shopify, you can do $20 a month, and you have a $180 marketing budget. That's a huge.
Do you think
start
that holds a lot of people back? They're like, oh, I'm broke, so I can't do anything.
Yeah, so their mentality. They're not actually broke. If you have a fucking, there's like, this is a $1,000 phone. That's a $1,000 phone. That's a joke. That's $2,000 in cell phones. Not even use this one. That's nuts. 800. Oh, so
well.
You know what I mean?
Numbers are just numbers. So
well, that same $800 I could have put into ads for Summit to try to draw traffic or whatever, and learn the entire time when I'm drawing ads. Whether I don't care if it's Facebook, Snapchat, if you're doing like door-to-door like flyer marketing and buying 1 million flyers, like it's excuses and limiting beliefs, and that from my experience, having the like not seeing the opportunities, and this is what I've seen too. And then not, when their opportunities are there, either laziness or not capitalizing on them.